Hello, it's Caroline at For the Love of Crochet, and today's video is all about our Yarny book club that Craftably Ever After and I, Cassandra, have been hosting for the past 2 years. Now, if you enjoy reading and you enjoy crochet, then this would have been the perfect little collab cow that you could have participated in. But sadly to say, this is going to be our last Hooking Up with Books, and if we ever do host another Hooking Up with Books, maybe it won't be a year-long thing. I don't know. Cassandra and I will chat. Maybe we'll, pick a book that we really love again and go with that. But it has been a fun ride. I have a few projects to share with you, so a few submissions that some of the regulars have participated in. I just want to say thank you. It has been so lovely to see your projects and share this love of reading and this love of yarny things with you. Okay, so I'm just going to get started. In my last video, I mentioned something about wanting to make a tea cozy. Well, unfortunately, I did not get to that. However, there's so many cute ones out there. So maybe someday soon I'll make one of those. And then I mentioned wanting to make a rabbit. Now, in the newest version, the movie of, I guess I should tell you what book we're doing, Persuasion. If you're new here, we read Persuasion by Jane Austen. Well, in the recent movie with Dakota Johnson, she is the main character, and she has a bunny. It's a little black and white bunny that is just so adorable. She's often pictured with this bunny. So I really wanted to make a bunny. Of course, being a bunny queen here, I make a lot of bunnies, and I just did not get to it. The pattern I selected was just not right, and life happens. So I settled on a doll, and I decided to make Jane Austen herself, the author, because of this little book. So I knew these patterns were fairly easy. I knew that they were very well made, or that this designer is very good. So it's Crochet Iconic Women, and I have never made anything out of here, I don't think. I know I made a couple before. I'm not sure if it came out of this book. So I made Jane Austen. And if you see, she has this little top hat, this shawl. She actually was quite interesting to make. She took a lot of time, a lot of little pieces here. I knew that was going to happen. Her without her little hat. So I didn't like the shawl across the body, because then you couldn't see her little, what do you call this? Little sashing here. My little Jane Austen has put on some weight. So the yarn I used just gave her some wobbly bits. So she fits right in. Anyway. So underneath her dress here, she's pretty thick. As you can see. I can't help it. But anyways, I used 4-weight yarn, and this has made me a bit of a yarn snob. So I've used, a lot of this yarn was 1 pound yarn, Karen 1 pound, and this one's I Love This yarn. They're all thick weight yarns, and I used a variety of yarns. This is a wool, just tons of different yarns, and I realized that I don't much like the 1 pound yarn for amigurumi. It just comes out so thick that if you choose another 4-weight, it doesn't really come out the same size. So that's why she's a little thick underneath here. Oh, let me show you her top hat. I really like the shape of it. I'm stretching it out a little bit because, again, her head came out just a little bit bigger than the rest of yarn. And you can't see, but there's a little sparkle to this little sashing here and the little sashing here. So, and then of course this has sparkle throughout it as well. So I made Jane Austen. This is actually my first Jane Austen book read. I really liked it. I don't think I liked reading it though. I much preferred the, I think it was 1990, 89 version. I don't know. I watched a little movie I watched a movie. It wasn't a series, like there wasn't more than one video. I don't think. I think it was just one movie. I liked the movie, but I did not like her sister in that one. And then in the newest version with Dakota Johnson, I didn't like that she spoke to the camera. But I also found those characters much more... It's so weird. I liked some of the characters from the old movie, and I liked some of the new characters from the new movie better. It's just weird. Anyway, there it is. I made Jane Austen, and that is my project. But now on to all of your projects. And again, I don't think we had anything the same. Everyone made something different. So I'm going to look at my notes here, and I'm going to post up a picture here, maybe. So first up, we have Robyn, and Robyn has almost always participated, I think. She's done a fabulous job. Thank you so much for your participation and your inspiration for this cowl that we've been doing. I know you've been in for the long ride, and we so appreciate it. So she made, and I love this blanket. She said this is her first ever blanket. She's never made a blanket before, and isn't it beautiful? I love all these colors. Of course I love these colors. Turquoise, if you don't know, is my signature color. But the way that this blanket is designed is just so pretty, and it's called Beyond the Sea Blanket by Canela Savalos. And I will have any patterns linked down below that I have or that were sent to me. She's sad to see Hooking Up with Books go, and so am I, but I love this blanket. I think it's beautiful. I think you're doing a beautiful job. Then again, you are a great at your skill. So next up, we have Diane. And Diane actually submitted a project from last Hooking Up with Books, just a day late. And I'll just put up a picture here real quick. The book was, these are the projects she made for All the Light We Cannot See. That was the last book. A starfish and a spiral shell, and this cute little snail. Now, she is beginning to design projects, and she is starting to put her patterns on Ravelry. So I will have her link down below. But thank you so much, Diane. I am sorry that we missed this one last month. But for this month, oh gosh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. She was inspired by the 1971 miniseries and the 1995 version of the movie and all the hats and bonnets she saw. And she made this beautiful, beautiful top hat that goes on this doll that was given to her by her mother, which is so lovely. And this dress, that dress that the doll is wearing, was made by her grandmother. So I just think that's so beautiful. And her top hat, it actually just works together so beautifully. Thank you so much for sharing this one with us, Diane. And she wrote the pattern for this little top hat as well, so it fits a doll. Again, I'll have her link down below. But you know what, Diane, I want to tell you, a vintage dress like that, handcrafted by your grandmother, needs to be in a frame, in a beautiful frame. You need to cherish that one. I know Elise Rose Crochet also has a similar item, and if you look up her, grandmother's dress, she has one in a frame, and she showcased it. It was so beautiful. So please do that. It's so pretty. Okay, next up we have Susan, and Susan decided to represent this book. She was inspired with the history of this novel as well as the three stories of the three daughters. So she made this bookmark. So she made a bookmark, and that is just a cute little book that she made. And then I like how she did the three strands representing the three sisters. So it's three cords of, so it's like this family history This was a story about this family. I just love it. It's so perfect. And you know what's good about a bookmark like that is that you can hold 3 different places. I like this bookmark. Thank you for sharing that. Next up, we have Jana Kay. And Jana Kay has her own YouTube channel. And she often shares all the things she's making. She has a lot of crochet. She does do some sewing, but she hasn't shared very much of it. And she shares her love of Jesus. So she does like these Bible studies at the end of her videos. So if you want to stick around and watch that, that's cool. Well, she made her first ever doll. She made the main character, Anne Elliot, and this is her favorite novel. I'm sure she'll make a video about it, but this is her favorite book, and she made her character, Anne Elliot, which is so pretty. Thank you so much for joining in, Jana Kay. Pamela, my dear friend Pamela, she is doing a nautical November cow. It really ties in well with the book Persuasion, as my good friend Cassandra. After this, go watch her channel because I'm sure she got a ton more submissions and you get to see all the inspiration from people as well. But Pamela is hosting Nautical November with Cassandra and Lee Mack, and so they're doing that this month. Well, this ties in so perfectly, and Pamela made this most adorable little sailboat. I just love this little sailboat, and if you did it in small yarn, it actually comes out super small. Go check out Ginger Cat Crochet because she already showed it her piece, and she'll tell you all about it, and it's a free pattern. Okay, so it's so cute. I love this boat, and it would be perfect to have a little garland. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, next up we have Jackeline, and Jackeline is a regular participant too. She did such a beautiful pattern. She made, I don't know if she meant she made the main character because she said Jane Austen wearing a Christmas dress, but I think she meant Anne. I'm not sure, but you can let me know in the comments. So Jackeline made this beautiful angel. She just looks so pretty. So it's, I think, Jane Austen or the main character wearing a Christmas dress. She said she really enjoyed reading the book, and I think it's just going to be a lovely memento. It looks like you can hang it on a Christmas tree, and it's just going to be a lovely memory of your participation for Hooking Up with Books. Really, really pretty. I love the details on this. I really like it. Okay, and next up and final one. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. It is not intentional. It's just me, or it's just me. But Caroline, so for my namesake, I received this one in time for last book, All the Light We Cannot See, and she made the most phenomenal snails. If you want a snail pattern, look at this. This is so cool. So she made this for the book All the Light We Cannot See. So that was last Hooking Up with Books submission, and I saw it and I lost her email and I still can't find it. I have to look through it. I don't know what I did to it. I must have put it somewhere, and I don't know where I put it, so I have to look it up by her project. You don't need to know this. Okay, so I love this pattern. This is such a cool pattern. And now she was inspired because All the Light We Cannot See, Maury, I don't know how you say the main character, Maury, the blind girl, had an uncle, and he used snail shells to form a connection with his blind granddaughter. Snail pattern is so cool, but Caroline, you have to let me know, is this a hard pattern? Because it looks simple, it looks cool, but I don't know if it's a little challenging. Let me know if this is a challenging project. Okay, so that is it for Hooking Up with Books, and this is our final one. I am so sorry. But from what I understand, we have a lot of crochet book clubs going on right now. There's been many that have started and probably some soon to come because a lot of my crocheters do love reading, and We have Pamela at Ginger Cat Crochet who does her crochet book club, but it's more of she takes all submissions, any art, any craft that you want to submit with the reading. And I believe she does giveaways with her submissions. And then I know a couple people have reached out asking if they can go ahead and start their own. Go by all means. Cassandra and I love the fact that this wants to continue and someone wants to carry the torch and do their own spin-off on how they want to do it. I'm sure they'll do a fantastic job and probably better than I did. But I so appreciate you hanging out, participation and inspiration that you've all done, and the emails you sent, and just the love and thoughtful, kind words. I so appreciate it. So thank you so much. And until next time, bye.